and thank you for choosing to watch another instalment from here at my YouTube channel, Benidorm and Beyond. I'm an English woman who lives right here in Benidorm, and I aim to produce positive, fun and informative vlogs on a regular basis about this resort where I have lived for over 20 years. So please subscribe to the channel and join me on my daily adventures. Today's vlog takes you on a beautiful sunny walk around Benidorm's Headland, right up in the very heart of the old town. And for those who watch regularly and worry about me wandering into the local traffic, as I am sometimes wont to do, I promise you that the car at the beginning of the video hit the curb on this tiny little street and not me. We begin on Plaza de la Señoria, where after heading away from the popular British bar Sherry's, run successfully for years by Jeff and Carol, and where lots of Brits were enjoying a drink and a bit of Spanish heat on their backs, we then headed towards the equally busy Playa Pequeña Mojito bar, which offers great views out over the Poniente beach. Here you can also find a variety of craft stalls lining the iconic white balustrades, which offer handmade jewellery and trinkets, including silver earrings and necklaces, ceramic piggy banks and semi-precious stones, along with some cheap, badly made and brightly coloured souvenirs aimed at bargain hunting tourists in between, but I guess you do have to please every person and their budget. Heading upwards and towards one of the main squares, we stop to look out at the beautiful Mediterranean Sea and also down to the small beach of Playa Malpas, which is hugely popular with the Spanish in particular. This lies just next to Benidorm's port, where you can take boat trips and excursions to nearby islands and resorts. These include the fishing town of Calpe, which is famous for its seafood restaurants that line the harbour, the beautiful city of Alicante and its neighbouring small island village of Tabarca, or just out to Peacock Island for a walkabout on the slippery rocks, a look underneath the waters in their mini submarine, followed by a peaceful drink and some great views back to Benidorm from out on the waves. The palm trees that stretch up into the sky on the beach are now laden with ripening orange dates, and out on the Med, parasailers still serenely drift overhead while jet skis razz about, spraying up the surf in competition with each other. Along the route we pass a sculpture dedicated to those lost at sea, as well as some lovely landscaped Mediterranean-style gardens, and in the square itself you can see lots of concrete bench seating, with every inch of this plaza becoming full to the brim during Benidorm's yearly November fiestas, when thousands of British, Irish and Spanish holidaymakers flock to the resort, with many of them lapping up the sunshine with an alcoholic beverage right in this square as Sherry's bar below overflows with partying revellers. Looking down the coast towards Alicante, you can see the outlines of the giant In-Tempo skyscraper, along with the pointed tower of the Hotel Grand Valley, and all the way along to La Cala. Whilst behind us, the majestic Puig Campana mountain range looks out over it all from afar. Heading up through Plaza Castellar and then into Plaza Santa Ana, you will then see lots more artisan stalls plying their trade, with intricately hand-painted plates and pan tiles for sale by a local craftsman who has been here for many years, along with a bevy of artists who can paint your lifelike portrait or amusing caricature as a unique souvenir from your time here in Benidorm from as little as €10. Carrying on, we will also pass the giant anchor statue that was donated to the city back in 2007 by the Spanish Navy, which was received by them with thanks for Benidorm awarding them with the Benidorm Gold Medal. Continuing along, you'll see that the two bars on the adjacent squares here always do a great trade, and no difference today, with the Aloha Mojito bar offering some fabulous cocktails and jugs of sangria, situated just by the small arched passageway that leads through to the church. Round the corner you can find the family-owned and run ice cream parlour, coffee shop and snack bar of El Castel, which has been trading here for more than 30 years, offering all the same refreshments along with heaped ice cream sundaes and a slightly different but equally wonderful view. For those of you who watch my vlogs regularly, you will see that the large head sculptures of Sylvia and Maria that were here when I filmed back in August have now been taken down as was scheduled and moved on to another location for many other hundreds of visitors to enjoy. The four cannons that form a circle in the centre of the square still remain, of course, and did you know that they have actually all been raised from the seabed itself, and in years gone by, if you stood on the very end of the headland, you could look down at those very four cannons beneath you in the clear, cool waters of the Mediterranean Sea. We will then head up to the highest part of this gorgeous viewpoint area, where Benidorm's castle used to stand, dating back to at least the 14th century, where we will take in even more fantastic views, with many others having had the same thought and heading there too, for a relaxed wander about or a fantastic picture as a souvenir. The blue and white tiled columns and arches make the perfect pretty backdrop for a selfie, along with the pretend wishing well in front of the main structure with its bright white paint and wooden slats. And did you know many events and inaugurations have taken place in this small square, including award ceremonies, live TV programmes, catwalk shows, and even filming for the ITV comedy series Benidorm, which ran for 10 years, with a finished scene depicting a small, intimate restaurant in the square with cross-dressing Leslie waiting patiently for his blind date. The parts of this area that have been excavated are displayed with glass walls around them for protection, and a small amount of information boards are also dotted about for those that like to find out a bit about what they are seeing, along with a little history lesson too. There are plenty of white granite bench seats to take a seat on for a rest, and often there is a busker and his guitar strumming out a tune along the edges of the area in the shade, hoping for an appreciative round of applause, or better still, a euro two in his upturned hat, although sadly not today. For even more stunning photos close to the Med, you can head down a series of steps to the pentagon-shaped outlook point nearer the sea, and if you look carefully you can see the old water geyser poking out upwards, which was deactivated some years ago due to the salt water it jetted out having started to affect the precious rocks of the Canfali cliffs. The video will finish by heading away down to the Plaza de San Jaime, passing the boutique 5-star hotel, the Villa Venetia, on the way, ending up with one last look at the beautiful Levante beachfront and promenade before ending up right in front of Benidorm's main Catholic church of San Jaime and Santa Ana. I will now let you sit back and watch and enjoy the atmosphere. I hope that you've enjoyed this sunny stroll in the old town today with me, starting at Sherry's Bar in the Plaza de Senora and finishing up by the historic church on the Headland. If you have liked watching and listening, then please join me again in the future for more detailed street and beachfront walks, news, updates and information, and reviews on some of Benidorm's most popular hotels, apartments, cafes, bars and new businesses. I'll see you out and about next time, and thanks so much for watching as always. Every view and comment counts and is much appreciated. Bye for now, hasta luego, and catch you again soon. Cheers!
A ver, estamos ahí que está todo el que está ahí.
Hacia arriba no, hacia ahí abajo.
A ver, estamos ahí que está todo el que está ahí.